Dub Nation Country, let's ride. You're watching Golden State Warriors Today by Chat Sports. Chase Senior here with you, and today's show is sponsored by Mint Mobile. Just like Draymond Green can do everything from scoring the basketball to facilitating, playing elite defense as one of the greatest defenders of all time, Mint Mobile can do everything for you, and they're changing the cell phone game with plans as low as $15 per month on America's largest 5G network, unlimited talk and text, a digital eSIM card so you don't have to travel to the store to get hooked up. You don't even need to change your cell phone number or your physical cell phone. Start saving money today by heading to mintmobile.com/chatsports, our newest sponsor here under the Chat Sports umbrella. Coming your way on the show today, going to take a look at the Warriors' entire roster following the peak of NBA free agency. And yes, they could add a player like Dwight Howard, who we'll talk about on today's show. Andre Iguodala could decide to walk away from the game of basketball in what has been a Hall of Fame career, and they could fulfill some of their roster spots. But as of right now, Golden State, coming off the NBA championship, looks to be in a pretty good position. So we want to do our due diligence and update you on every single player who, as of now, will be on this roster come training camp, which is coming your way in September. First, though, how many subscribers can we pick up with this video? Of course, in the peak of NBA draft season and NBA free agency, Warriors Today was breaking records all across the board. 2 million viewers, 11,000 subscribers over the course of a month. We started the offseason with 30,000 subs. Look at this number right here, nearly at 45,000. How quickly can we get there? I'm challenging Dub Nation, 536 people away. Even though we're in the slow part of the offseason, we're going to bring you great coverage on the Warriors news and rumors front. YouTube.com/WarriorsTV, or simply just hit that red subscribe button down below. So we begin this roster outlook and roster breakdown by taking a look at the Warriors' front court players as of now. And I'll relay my thoughts on a lot of these guys. Warriors centers as of right now: Kevon Looney, who re-signed an NBA free agency; James Wiseman entering a critical year 3; and then Trevion Williams, the UDFA out of Purdue, who a lot of people think over time could maybe become a glue guy, Kevon Looney type of player. Now, if James Wiseman suffers another setback, if Trevion Williams isn't the real deal, if the Warriors are lackluster in that front court outside of Looney as well as Wiseman, could they look to bring in Dwight Howard in NBA free agency? Bobby Marks, ESPN, saying the Warriors would make a lot of sense for Dwight Howard if James Wiseman suffers a setback. The glue guy, we know by now, is Kevon Looney, signing that discounted deal to come back in free agency, and I thought it was a great deal for him because of the familiarity, his role within this Warriors roster, and then for Golden State as well, because they got him probably $2-3 million below what the market had dictated if he were to go to another team. And Looney, great insurance with or without James Wiseman, because we've seen him be a part of this championship run, having won 3 championships. As for James Wiseman, the young gun, he has freakish ability. And if James Wiseman can stay healthy, he makes the Warriors roster that is already scary, already one of the best in the NBA, coming off the championship run, even scarier. That's how good James Wiseman can be and the impact he would have on this roster. Shot blocker, two-man game throwing down the alley-oops, a mid-range sweet J, as well as a three-point shot. Throughout the Warriors dynasty run, they haven't had a big as gifted as James Wiseman. So with that, I ask you this. I appreciate the basketball knowledge from Dub Nation. That's why I'm asking for all of you to join the conversation in the comments. Who do you think should start? JW for James Wiseman, KL for Kevon Looney. I'm going Looney right now. Wiseman can change that. Let me know what you think down below right now. As for the Warriors forwards, really good at this position: Draymond Green, Jonathan Kuminga, JaMychal Green, and Gui Santos, who played a little bit with the Warriors throughout the NBA Summer League. And just want to focus in here on JaMychal Green. We've talked about him a lot here on Warriors Today. The free agent addition was officially made official last week. This is a guy who's going to replace Otto Porter Jr. Steve Kerr said as much himself, and he's a big who gives you good size, good length, solid athleticism, most importantly, though, a three-point shot. And I thought what Steve Kerr had to say about him fulfilling the Nemanja Bjelica and Otto Porter Jr. role was pretty interesting because he could kind of be a hybrid of both. Now, the big concern with JaMychal Green last year, 26.5% from three, but look at the 3 previous years before that. Nearly 40%, 39% and 41%. With more open looks in this Warriors system, I do expect the three-point numbers to rebound for JaMychal Green. He's yet another really good depth piece on this Warriors roster. What is the Warriors' biggest weakness, though? We talk so many times about the strengths for this basketball club because when you win a championship and you've gone to 6 NBA Finals in 8 years, you're a really strong unit. But what is the Warriors' biggest weakness? Once again, I'm testing your basketball knowledge in the comment section right now. As I mentioned off the top of the show, Warriors today, sponsored by Mint Mobile, unlimited premium wireless, and those plans starting as low as $15 per month. Not only are those plans really, really affordable, but also with them, you get unlimited talk and text, high-speed data, a mobile hotspot, and a digital eSIM card. So they'll send it to you. You don't have to go to a store and waste your time doing all of that. It's basically like getting your phone set up on-demand fashion because you can do it all from the comfort of your own home. America's largest 5G network, yeah, that's where Mint Mobile's hanging out and living. MintMobile.com/chatsports. I'll put that link in the comment section as well as the description of this video. As has been the case, whereas during Steph Curry's entire tenure, the Warriors' guards, very, very loaded. And they have some wings on this roster. I just decided to combine them because in nowadays positionless NBA basketball, like guys can play the 2 guard, they can play the 3, so on and so forth. So the Warriors' guards and wings. Andrew Wiggins is the prototypical wing. Patrick Baldwin Jr. can't wait to see what he's going to be able to do after being selected late in the first round by Golden State. This is a guy who has a 5-star recruit going into the college ranks, decided to play for his pops, and just didn't live up to those expectations. But coming off an injury, could he be a better player? I think so. Donte DiVincenzo is a guy who I really like. Moses Moody, the arrow is pointing up for him. Jordan Poole entering a big year. If he doesn't sign that contract extension and he plays well in 2022-23, he could set himself up for a near max contract. Lester Quinones out of Memphis, the rookie UDFA. Quinndarry Weatherspoon is back after signing that deal recently. Ryan Rollins, also a sneaky good prospect selected in the second round. We talked about him last week. Make sure you check that video out. And then these are more prototypical guards. Pat Spencer, McClung, who's going to have an opportunity to crack this roster basically in that Chris Chiozza role at point guard. Klay Thompson and Steph Curry rounding things out. Want to shift gears back to Andrew Wiggins. He is the perfect offensive and defensive complement to Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. Steph and Klay, really elite offensive players, 2 of the best all time at shooting the basketball. Klay Thompson, a premier defender, especially pre-injury. And Andrew Wiggins at that wing spot is just that corresponding piece that makes this Warriors team so good and versatile. And then with Donte DiVincenzo, he is a good Gary Payton II replacement because he does a lot of the same things that GP2 brought to this basketball team last year. That was athleticism. That was defense, overall basketball smarts, and where DiVincenzo can be better than Gary Payton II is with the 3 ball. He has it. I think the stroke is really clean. If you look at the 3-point numbers, you'll probably say, with Milwaukee, with Sacramento, the numbers were down, and last year Gary Payton's were up, but that's with more volume, from Donte DiVincenzo, and I just think that DiVincenzo, still as a player in his mid-20s, is rounding into form and can become a very good player. And to get him less than $4 million, a straight-up steal for Golden State. With Klay Thompson, can Klay be even better next year than he was this past year once he came back from those injuries where in the playoffs he had up and down moments? I pose that question because of this. Klay Thompson, for the first time since going into the 2018-19 season, will have a regular offseason to work out, get in playing shape, and to work on his game without having to worry about recovering from a catastrophic injury like the ACL or the Achilles. And I think that could greatly benefit Klay Thompson. And then lastly with Steph Curry. Is there any slowing down with him? How long can he remain in his prime with the changes made to modern medicine and Steph Curry's just overall will to be a great player? The numbers the last 4 years, I don't know if this guy's going to slow down. 2018-19, 27 points per game. Of course, in 2019-20, that was a bad year for him because he was so injured and the Warriors were one of the worst teams in the NBA. 2020-2021, won the NBA scoring title, 32 points per game, 6 dimes, 48% from the field. an astounding 42% from three. And then this past year, you might look at the points per game and say, I don't know, he's declining. I actually thought that last year was Steph Curry's best all-around season that we've seen in a little while. His defense was much improved. His passing game was much improved, and all of that was a byproduct of the team around him being better and him being comfortable in that role of maybe not shooting as much, but doing more things to help out his teammates, and it worked out. NBA championship, his fourth, and the Warriors going into this year, dangerous once again because of all the players that we talked about, led in part and led in a major way by Steph Curry. Is Steph Curry your favorite Warrior of all time, or is it somebody else? Drop me a name in the comment section right now. As always, thanks for watching the show. Make sure you subscribe. Give me your favorite Warrior of all time, and we'll be back all this week and always right here on Warriors Today.